Well, hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explain. In this episode, I'm going to talk through a few different Gundam-related items I got recently that I don't think they really necessarily deserve their own video, or I'd have trouble coming up with fun stuff, but I thought, I just might as well talk about them all together, because really I want to talk about this Haro plush. I'm glad it exists, but what can I talk about in a video? But nah, I'll show you some other surprises, so yeah, let's get started. All right. Hey, check this out. Okay, that's kind of big. It almost seems like it's 1-to-1 scale, but I saw another one that looked like it might be bigger. Anyway, check this out. This plushie, got a mouse right here, you kind of get an idea of the size, but we look at the tag here. This is official Mobile Suit Gundam. Let's see, it's approved by Sunrise. Let's see, and it looks like it was even made by Bandai themselves, I guess, not just some third party. Or here we go. Here's another tag we're gonna look at. Yeah, Bandai Namco. So this is like 100% made by them. And this is cool. This can work as a pillow. It is that plushie. There's a little bit of cardboard in here. This could bend or degrade over time. But yeah, it's got this stitched hand on both sides. You know, this is fun. This is kind of cool. And I remember having a bunch of plushies when I was a kid, and my youngest is really into plushies, although he's kind of gotten out of that now. But although there's still that little remnant, right, of just having that plushie. It's kind of along the lines of a cute little baby, or like having a pet, a puppy or a kitty. I have an Alf of that from the 80s. Now, it's not my original, but I went and bought another one. And just having plushies around are pretty cool. Oh, but you know who does like plushies, and that is the dog. So no. You got to keep the plushies away from the dog. Okay, next up. This is a pretty interesting one. This is the Converge line of Gundam. I got this from Big Bad Toy Store, right? This is the Mighty Strike Freedom. This is something I was very excited to get. I don't necessarily collect Converge. I prefer that Mobile Suit Ensemble line. But I think this looks cool. The design, I like to have another iteration of it. But funny story, I got it from Big Bad Toy Store, and it came with 2 right hands, so it wasn't able to have another right hand for the sword. And that's just one of the oddest things. It's like, it's not too big of a deal, but at the same time, I would want it. And I did pay a premium because it was an import. Reached out. They originally were like, well, we'll send you a label if you can send us the old one. And I get it. But then they were like, never mind, we'll just send you this other one. What was funny about getting the other one is I got the correct hand, but the sword is broken. And I've been kind of keeping it placed, like it's hanging on just by a little bit. And I just have it there. Anyway, long story to say how annoying it was going through all this. But what's cool about it is you get a Strike Freedom Gundam, so it doesn't have the Proud Defender on to create the Mighty Strike. And separately, and this is nice now that I have 2 of them, thank you Big Bad Toy Store, is then you can have the Proud Defender set up with the sword. And again, while I don't necessarily collect Converge, I like the design of the Mighty Strike Freedom, and this is kind of a cool, small little, thing to have on a shelf or something. I really like it, and yeah, I do have a Mighty Strike shelf action. Maybe I'll have some B-roll of that to show. All right, along with that, a Converge Mighty Strike, we have the SD Mighty Strike, and I feel like I've been talking bad about SD, and even, something fell off. I think even recently I built that General Fortress, and it required the 3 SDs. But, it was fun. And that's the thing. I think what it boils down to is the enjoyment I find in different aspects really depends on what the enjoyment is. For me, I've, for some reason, fallen in love with the Mighty Strike Freedom design, even though Seed isn't my first choice. The Strike Freedom, not even a big deal. It's just there's something going on here. I think also the animation in the Freedom movie, I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So this is something that I would get an SD version of. And there's something else I want to do. I haven't gotten to it yet, and I don't know if I will. And that is putting some decals on here, detailing it. I'm still trying to finish up my other Mighty Strikes that I have as well. But I would say that this is a really cool release if you're interested. Because as you can see with the stickers that go inside the Proud Defender wings, they have that iridescent look, I think you call it, where it kind of shines purpley in the light. And then, having the gold that articulates on the wing here. And then obviously you can pull that off. And then there were some stickers, I think, up here on the knee. And then in the chest here. And then I want to say I might have painted the vents on the head. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I like the way this looks because it's SD. It's like I don't feel an urge. It's like with the General Fortress to like detail it. It kind of helps leverage the kid toy-like nature it has to it, which is a good thing. It's an endearing quality. But yeah, this was a lot of fun, and it has neat gimmicks. Oh, did I? Yeah, I actually painted. That's right, because Art Rovo Gundam had some of these paints, Citadel paints, and I did a video. This entire sword was painted gold, red, and silvery chrome with the Citadel paint. So I think that turned out pretty good. Anyway, fun little, neat little SD Gundam here. Okay, sticking with the Seed Freedom theme here, and let me go to full screen. This is the Lunamaria Hawk Figurize. Again, this is something I bought earlier this year, built, but I just didn't see a need for a video. You know, I did the video of the Mjorne and Soletta from Witch Mercury. It was my first time building Gunpla people, but I really like it because it's just like, you know, collecting an action figure. And I think on this, there wasn't any details I put on it. Didn't even do a top coat. I mean, this is just a straight build. It does have some accessories though, so yeah, let's take a look at those. All right, and it's pretty cool what this all comes with. You have, let's see, multiple heads. I think even ones made for painting. And what's nice about that is you can get multiple expressions and then even use the eyes if you in the mouths too, if you want to like custom an expression. I think I might have put one on, maybe the one that's on the head. It was funny because my wife saw me doing this. She thought it was interesting and wanted to give it a shot too. And I kind of saw where I was going to be like, wait, no, it's off by a little. No, okay, now it's too, you know, one of those things. Kind of annoying, right? But, you know, while that's cool, I think it would be more enjoyable if I got like I think they have an SH Figure Art Shin to go along with this. Since I thought he was a cool character too. Again, like I'm not a huge Seed person, but I enjoy aspects of it. So let's look at the gimmick it has here. It has to do with, I guess, changing. And maybe it's just the torso, and it might be that easy, although I just pulled off the shield or the armor. And this is made to be very easy. It's not like you have like all these extra pieces or you have to take pieces apart. It's pretty much made to where you could just, you know, plug in the arms and even plug in the backpack. All right, and then that allows you to give this other look actually pretty easily by taking off the legs, arms, head, swapping it, backpack. And it's interesting. It's got kind of a rubbery feel to that. Yeah, pretty neat. I would probably just keep her like I had in the pilot uniform. What's really cool is also the helmet, but well, yeah, actually, I was about to say, but the helmet hides the face. But to be honest, don't I complain about Seed faces all the time anyway? Why don't I just leave it like this? I like the way this looks, though, because you have that it can look through. You can adjust to the head that is used on here. This actually looks pretty good under the light here. And there's a plethora of other accessories, which is a lot of fun. Different hands, I guess different ways to do the head, the faces, all that type of stuff. So, you know, I think these things are worth it. I really like them. I wouldn't necessarily myself get them all. In fact, I only got this one because I was just kind of interested in getting something, you know, other, you know, something in Seed. And they have the SH Figure Art. So I like that you can kind of like collect, you know, a line instead of there just being one or two figures. All right, and lastly, it's at the mall this weekend, and they have the Gashapon store. It has all the Gundam stuff I like to get. This, I think I already know what it is. Okay, that opened easily. And usually I'm like, oh, I have to get something UC, whatever. There was this one machine that happened to have a Wing Gundam, and I was like, I wouldn't mind getting that in celebration, I guess, of Wing being out for so long. Isn't that what people are doing? So check this out. Got the Wing. Let's see how long it takes me to build it. All right. So here we go. This is the Mobile Suit Ensemble Wing. Pretty neat. I wonder, you know, I don't have the option part set, so I wonder if there's some other stuff that goes along with it. I thought this was a pretty fun build. Okay, there's always something that falls off. But the gun being multiple pieces to put together, I enjoyed that. Yeah, this could actually use some detail, some paint. But I love these little Mobile Suit Ensemble things. You know, they're fully articulated. All that has a green stand, different than the white that we usually get. Maybe that's a Wing thing. All right, so there we have it. That's a look at just some random Gundam collectibles I got in the past couple months. And I don't know, they don't really, I guess, warrant a full video, but I wanted to talk about them. And if you have questions about any of the items, let me know. Also, if you have suggestions for random Gundam merch that I should look at, review, let me know too, because sometimes it's fun to find random things I wasn't expecting. So anyway, that's just about it. Shout out to Art Rovo Gundam, sponsor of this channel and video. And thanks to all the supporters that make this possible. If that's something you're interested in, check the links in the description below. But also there's a link down there for our Discord. We do have a lot of fun there. Share your gunplay. There's some awesome gunplay I see there all the time. But anyway, gonna head out. That was a lot of fun. Until next time, be cool.